Okay, so looking at this assignment for tonight's homework, you have to write down the problems, which you should have done already, and then you need to solve for the area and circumference. For questions 1 through 8, it says find the area and use 3.14 for pi, right? All right, so let's look at question number 3, since I think I might have done 1 and 2 in some of your classes. Okay, then let's do 1. Let's jump straight to 1, and it says the radius is what?
12 inches.
Radius is 12 inches. So when you're finding area, you need to write down the formula. Area equals pi times radius squared. And when you're solving for problems involving area or circumference or volume or whatever, you need to make sure that you have your formula written out. So you want area equals pi radius squared. Now you need to define all the parts of your formula. You have pi and you have radius squared. Defining them means tell me what they're worth. How much is pi worth?
I thought that was why you had the 2 at the top.
3.14.
Oh, yeah, right.
The 2 at the top here means I need to square r. So if r is 12, I can write it again because the more I see it, the better. Then r squared is 12 times 12, which is 144 inches. Now I want to solve for area. Area equals 3.14 times 144, and then you'll get your answer when you multiply this out. 3.14 times 144. Okay, show your work to the side. I'm not going to show you the answer to this because you guys need to know how to figure it out on your own. So, going on to question number 3. It says the radius is 9. And I know I just skipped a question, but it doesn't matter. You'll see the same thing over and over and over.
Wait, we gotta do what?
You have to do any 4 problems tonight for homework. So if you choose to do that one, then so be it. So for question 3, my radius is 9. First, I need to write my formula. Area equals pi r squared. What's pi equal to? 3.14. What's r equal to?
Oh,
9. And r squared is who times who? Look back up here.
9 times 9.
9 times 9. Good. So now I have A equals 3.14 times 81. Okay? So then the same thing over and over and over for area. So now let's check out a circumference question. I had my questions written down somewhere, and I can't tell you where I put them. So I need to go back to the Google Classroom post. Here they are. Circumference. So let's look at questions number 9 and 12. What's your question, hon?
Do we have to turn in the paper where we show our work?
Always turn in what you where you show your work, because I care more about the work than I care about the answers, because I need to know your process. 9 is 8 miles, and 12 radius is 6.2 miles. All right, so for circumference, I have 2 formulas. It's 2 times pi times r, or pi times diameter. So if I have diameter here, I want you to define diameter and radius and diameter over here. The relationship between diameter and radius is that diameter is 2 times the radius. This should be in your notes. And radius is half the diameter. Diameter divided by 2. Okay? Opposite of cutting something in half is multiplying it by 2 or doubling it or 2 times. So my radius here is half of 8. If I cut 8 in half, what do I get? 4 miles. Over here, if I double 6.2 because I have radius, which is the smaller version, then I want 2 times 6.2. 2 times 6?
2 times 6?
12. And then 2 times 2? 12.4 meters and miles. I'm sorry, I said miles earlier, but this is meters.
Oh, so these 2 different ones?
Yes, these are 2 different ones. This is question 9 and 12. So for circumference, I can use either or. I want to use circumference equals pi times diameter. And over here, I want to use circumference equals pi times diameter again. Why am I using those formulas? Because I just have to multiply 2 numbers, especially if I have a diameter. But I still need to know how to go from one to the other. So circumference equals, what's pi? Oh, I forgot to define pi. Whoops. Pi is what? 3.14. Diameter is
8 miles.
8. So circumference equals 3.14 times, what's the diameter? Right here. 8. Then you need to solve that out. This should be in your multiples of pi, hence why I told you to do it, because you've gotten the first 30 multiples of pi out of the way, and you really won't have to show work for this. Over here will be a little different. Pi is 3.14, and diameter is 12.4. Who do I multiply here? 3.14 and 12.4. This would give me 3 decimal places in my answer, by the way. So 12.4 times 3.14, multiply those out, you'll have an answer, and then you will be done.